tired, and that whole experience uplifted me to continue. And
without knowing that.
Exactly. And so, because if I stopped, I would not be passing this torch to the Pope.
Yeah.
6 years later. So it,
So that was kind of like an affirmation, a confirmation.
Yeah, yeah. And one of many afterwards too that happened. But that was one of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that is very humbling, it's one of the things that Jesus did to his apostles. And here we see John Paul II washing their feet. Pope washes the feet of 12 priests who are.
And he's pretty. This is in his later years too. Like this is.
Yes.
I think he's probably 2003, 2004.
It says like the 2001.
Oh, 2001. Okay. Now that was just before I met him too.
So we still see how humble he was, and here we see him with a world leader, the first president.
Yes.
Of Poland after.
Reblessing.
Yes. After communism.
They must have known each other before.
Yes, I believe they worked together on getting him elected. He
Yeah.
was very influential in that, and he was a key person in getting that done, and also knocking out the walls of Berlin.
Yes. Reagan.
He was-
President Reagan.
So he also worked with Reagan. I'm trying to have dialogue between Russia and the United States.
Yes. He was so instrumental. And I mean, it feels like Reagan got most of the acclaim, but he's been working on that for so long.
That's what things that happen sometimes is, when God has to do something great, a lot of times the person that does it doesn't get the credit.
No, it goes to
somebody else.
Yeah.
And that attributes to whatever God was doing in him. It wasn't for his glory, it was for the glory of God.
Exactly.
And I think that's the way he would have wanted it.
That's the way he would have wanted it. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So as we keep going by, this is another photograph that, to me, this is what makes him a saint. Not the fact that that makes him very credible, that makes him a great person, but doing this and reaching out to the poor and the sick and the disabled, this is what touches me the most about John Paul II, because everybody wants to meet a president. That's easy for people to try to be beside a president or king or queen, but when you put that aside and you go for the least of the people, where not because they're less, but what people would consider not too much, but he valued everybody the same. And here we see him with a loving face. You still see his face. It's just like with love, and also you see the little nun in the background. As though I can see this man is great.
Well, you're right. You're 100% right, because even with myself, I was nobody. Like I was, and then why would he ask, for us to bring the torch to him when we're not even, you know what I mean? That was the humility I felt.
Coming from him,
yeah.
But one of the things that the church teaches is that God does extraordinary things through ordinary people. So we're all, all of us aren't born in a rich family. All of us are born with everything that we need, and that's where God plays the biggest role, when He's able to provide us with ways to getting things accomplished that it will be out of our reach. And I think that's why sometimes we don't, when we feel like giving up, God doesn't allow that to happen, because He gives us faith. Like you, He gives you the strength to keep going. And He knew that your strength by itself wasn't enough. So that's why He stepped in and gave you the strength to keep going.
You know what? I believe that. Yeah.
And then one of the greatest things about the Catholic faith is forgiveness.
Yeah.
And here we have John Paul II presenting a gift to the mother of the assassin that tried to kill them.
Okay.
So that's his mom. We also had a photograph. I think we had, we switched our photographs. So we did also have we had a photograph on display of the assassin being embraced by Pope John Paul II. When he visited in his jail cell, he forgave him for what he had done and blessed him.
Yeah.
And that's a great example for us.
Yes.
It's a great witness to hold.
Yes.
Here we see him with the kids. It's a tradition in totally not believe that kids get dressed up in these different costumes, so this is a celebration. And you see John Paul II smiling again with the kids, and the kids just being excited.
It is still not only a distinction.
Yeah, you see him at the outdoor sports, being with his friend, just like a regular person. And even in his own, older age, he's still outdoors man. He never wanted to be outside. He didn't want to be sitting on his paper throne. He wanted to be outside, enjoying life and enjoying God, because I believe that he saw the greater outdoors as God's creation. It is God's creation, and you can see God in everything that He creates. Here we see. Here's another photograph I really like. You see him one of that in Zambia in 1989. He's visiting again the least of the least. Sometimes we consider children that are handicapped, but still, he reached out to them, and he was just an incredible person. Like I say, even though I never met him, I never saw him live, his presence is so strong that he just continues to live, and I think that's why he's going to become a saint in such a record time.
In such record time. Yeah. Through all my travels, everybody that I encountered, I believe I can say that the Pope was loved by almost everyone. Yeah. I really, out of even people that don't like Catholics. Yes. I like that Pope.
I like that Pope.
It always came out that way. Like, he just had this incredible appeal to everyone. He wasn't going to judge you.
Yeah.
He wasn't, and that's my testimony from millions of people that I've talked to along the journey, along this journey. They've all come out and said the same thing. I'm not afraid to say that this was blessed by Pope John Paul II and have to apologize. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to. I've said that in a way that I understand that most of the world had the same feelings. They weren't looking at Catholics. They were looking at an incredible human being that all he wanted was love and peace. Love the world. And he's seen that through the children's innocence and their genuineness.
That's very true. And I think what made him that way, like you said before, is how humble he was, and I think the Holy Spirit was just able to
work its magic.
Yes,
work its magic.
He was an embodiment of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he exactly, because.
So this is just we wanted to show people the way he was buried. Sometimes people don't know everything that goes into the burial of the Pope. So this is just
So he's resting right now?
Yes, he is. And he's resting in the back, and I'm not sure, in the crypt of St. Peter's Basilica.
Okay.
And this is the actor that you see. He's an actor that portrayed him in a movie called The Men Who Became Pope, sponsored by Hallmark. So here we have Cardinal Jewish, he was his personal assistant and secretary for 40 years, also a personal friend of his. He was also present when he got shot. We have a video here of a 50-minute documentary of the life and papacy of Pope John Paul II, and he was in the background. I just noticed him the other day being in the background of that. So he was with him through his good times and his bad times. We were also very blessed to have him celebrate Mass here. I believe it is not. I don't know if you want to see the small. It's like a small video I'm just saying. So it's kind of about 7 minutes long.
7 minutes. What time do we have? Glenn, sorry.
Do you have it?
I got it. It shouldn't take more than an hour to get back. Okay, do you want to sit down and watch this?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened, you see the total emptiness, and that's death. And that's what happens when violence overcomes reason.